Welcome to tutorial 3 for Year 10 Multimedia on the building of our websites. Now, a reminder that up to this point you have already created your pages, that's your 5 web pages in Photoshop, and you should have exported those files as a PNG file and saved them to your computer using the 5 page names: index, products, photo gallery, contact us, and about us. Second, you have created a root folder for your website to be run out of. You have organized that in that file are 3 folders. The most important one we need for today's tutorial is your image folder, and in that image folder, at minimum, are your 5 PNG files. Again, that's your index, products, about us, contact us, and photo gallery PNG image files. To begin, let's open Dreamweaver. I'm working with Dreamweaver Creative Cloud 2017 version. It doesn't matter too much if you're on the 2014 version. Hopefully it's very similar in its layout. From memory it is, but out of courtesy, I am working with the 2017 version. Now, when you open it up, a few things we'd like to show you is the very top right hand, you may see either developer or you may see standard. I am working with the standard layout. It's a little bit easier for us to navigate. Again, the functionality is the same between the two, except for the layout and some of the buttons that they make readily available for you. So I'm in the standard layout. You can select the new button here, but before we do that, on the right hand side, hopefully you can see this window here that says Files. If not, you might like to go to your Windows menu and just tick the Files button so that it shows up just over the right hand side here. In that Files, you will see probably nothing here at this stage because you don't have a website set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this drop down menu, we're going to manage sites, and we're going to create a brand new site. Our new site is going to be, again, your name, surname underscore website. Make sure you spell it correctly, not like me. And then in the local site folder, you need to click the browse button on the right side, and you need to navigate to that place where you have saved and created your specific root folder. So mine is just here, it's on my desktop. Once you're sure you've got that, choose it and save. Now that's all you need to do at this point. What that does is tells Dreamweaver that you're building a compact site. Everything that you create is going to be stored within that surname underscore website site. Click done. Now you'll actually see in your local files, your directory list comes up. I can expand the images and I can see the 2 PNGs that I've got prepared ready for today's tutorial. And here we go. Let's start a new document. We're going to be working in HTML code. HTML is hypertext markup language. We have already had a look at that in class, and it's a fairly common bit of language used by almost every internet browser that you will have come across. And the benefit of using HTML is it can be quite easy, and there is so much code that's been pre-written by all the experts out there that you can Google what you want to do, and quite often they'll just be able to give you the code and you just need to tweak it. Luckily for us, we're working on design of website, not so much on the coding side. So we're only going to cover some very minor aspects of the code today. Click on HTML and you'll see here that you've got a document title. Again, this point here is you could determine the name of your entire website, or you might like to name the page. Now I'm going to call this Dwyer underscore index, because I want it to determine the name. Now, where does the title show up? Well, it's very important that you know that whatever you type here is going to, if we open up Google Chrome, where it says New Tab just at the top here, that's where your title is going to display. You can change it at a later date, and I will show you how to do that, so don't worry if you aren't too certain yet. But for now, I'm just going to put in Dwyer underscore index. I want it to be a HTML5 document. That's the most up-to-date HTML format that we'll be working with. And I don't need to touch anything else at this stage, and I just press create. So this is the code section of the site, we're not going to be doing too much in here. There's some very minor manipulations we might be working with, but generally speaking, you shouldn't need to touch too much. I'm going to go back to our design view now, and we've already designed our website because we designed it in Photoshop. We've saved it as a PNG, so this is very handy for us. All we need to do is open our image folder in this Files menu. Again, I'm working with the index page. I'm just click index and drag that in. Okay, and I've gotten trigger happy there and it's shown up twice. There it is. Okay, that's my website. Now again, let's just press Command S, or you can go File Save. So that's File Save. And immediately, if you go back to Google Chrome, you'll see that that's opened. Let's go back to the code view now. And you'll see that there should be one brand new line. For me, it's in line 9. Hopefully yours is in line 9 as well. And I'll show you what it says. We have an image, that's the IMG. This is the source, and it says it's in the images folder, and it's called index.png. And you'll notice as soon as you hover over it, a little preview shows up, and you can actually see the pixels there, which should match up to what you see next. The width of it is exactly 1,280 pixels, and the height is exactly 720 pixels. Alternate. What's going to show up if it can't find your image? So, you know how I feel about 404? This is where you can write 404 page not found. Okay, so now if we delete our image out of the code here, if we were just to delete this or to change its name to index1, obviously it's not going to be able to find that file because it doesn't exist. And we save it and refresh. It just says, sorry mate, 404, that page isn't found. Back to Dreamweaver, and we'll fix that code back up, so I'll rename it back to index.png. What we would like to do, and I said I would show you how to do this, is to make the image expand and contract if Google Chrome has to be shrunk for whatever reason. To do that, we just delete the width and put in 100 and a % sign, and delete the height and just leave it blank. If we save now and preview our document again, so let's refresh our page, you'll see it's filling my website now, and when I shrink it, it's automatically shrinking as Chrome shrinks. So that's really, really handy for us there. Okay, and you can see it's got a little bit of scrolling happening, but if I went to full screen view, looks perfect.